Stop being an NPC. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, musclemanmarcus with Dewey Jeff. We are the Blow Boys. Um,
And this is the
this
BlowBoyz
is
Pod. You feel
all right.
me?
First of all, we was just talking about how dudes should court themselves before they talk about dating other people, getting to
Like,
know you, getting to know what you like, going to do stuff by yourself. Because a lot of people can't handle being alone or handle like just being in their own space. And I'm like, bro, if you want other people to like you or you want to be liked, you need to figure out what you don't like about yourself so you could like you first. And then, you know what I'm saying? Stuff starts compiling on top of that. But the problem is that a lot of people don't like themselves. And it's not because they don't like themselves. People have spoken to them in a way that makes them feel like they are not something worth something. And so that becomes their truth instead of the actual truth. That's why it's important to know the Lord. But
yeah,
anywho,
facts.
um, Jeff, how was training this week? What you got?
Training was good, bro. I trained Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. The highlight of the week was probably Thursday. Like I switched things up a little bit. I did some jump training after I deadlifted, and I ain't recognized, but based off the heights I was jumping, it was like a PR day altogether. Like the last set that I hit was a height that I normally would like have to take gather steps to, and I was just like launching, getting up, getting down. Um, Also too, like I felt a lot healthier getting off the boxes. Like I've been feeling healthier every time I do it, but like you know
Bro,
how
please go put more boxes there so you can step down instead of jumping down. The reason I say that is because in the textbooks, that's what it say to do.
all
And it makes
right, all
sense
right, all right, all
because it
right.
feels better. It feels
I
better than
understand.
plopping down.
Because
Step down.
you want to know why I never did that, because I always thought that like being able to catch yourself was a part of the being
Right.
athletic.
No, but you're absolutely right. But you could just do depth jumps.
I could, I could
You,
just
you know
step
what I'm
up
saying?
there. I get it. I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
safety. People don't really like safety too much, and I'm just like, I don't. I'm like,
This nigga, bro.
I
This
don't have a
man.
problem with safety. I enjoy safety. It
Nah,
it makes
yeah.
me go harder knowing that there's safety. But
Nah, 100%.
boxing PRs, you gotta
Um.
you gotta bring some what you call it, tape, and measure it so you can see
Oh
exactly
yeah,
how
so
high
I
it
can
is.
see exactly how high it is. You're absolutely correct. When it comes to after that though, like I mean, it was a deload week, so the goal for me was just be intentional, see how I felt jumping, and then Friday was also very nice too. Yesterday was very nice because I was able to squat after deadlifting, but it felt like I didn't deadlift beforehand, and that's because of the accessories that we're using, the accessories that we have, kind of going from session to session. Like the biggest change, like that I have been adding, of course, we've been talking about it, is split squatting. Like it's the key. It's one of the biggest keys.
If
Like,
you if you're my client, you know you gonna
yeah,
do some split squats. If you
no,
if we
yeah,
do it,
like,
if you work with me, anybody clip this. Okay, this is a clip. If you are my client, you doing split squats, and
nah,
there's
yeah,
an
man.
absurd amount in there to the point where you're like, dang, like, am I trying to
Like
get
no lie,
stronger? Or am
like
I
yeah,
trying
like
to?
I might be like right now and into the future, like I'm probably split squatting more than I'm like barbell squatting, 100%. Like, and that's gonna be one of our topics. I want
You
to make
you
sure we
know
stay in
you
order
know
though.
I am.
Yeah, yeah,
For the past 3 years,
yeah. Nah, facts, facts. Word to the situation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's
I've
been
done
that
more split squats
than
than I've
anything
taken
else.
steps.
Yeah, no facts. No, that might actually be
Fun
accurate
fact:
statement.
split squats do help you train your gait. So technically, you are taking steps.
But a lot of people don't even know what the gate is. We gotta make sure when we talk
When you
about
walk,
topics like
I
that,
thought your
like
gait
yeah,
is what it looks like when you walk. Some people they be looking like they got a peg leg, and then some people got that what's that called Trembolinger syndrome, where they hips be shifting like one of them carnival rides with the giant boat, and it just be swinging from side to side.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
people walk like that, but
Yeah, like we'll definitely. Well, one of the things that I wanted to say was, whenever I talk about topics here, I'm going to do my best to talk about them from the most basic, foundational, like I guess you could say, place that I can. So people watching this, like I understand there's people that will be watching this and they're maybe intermediate to advanced level lifters, but there's also people who could be like brand spanking new, people that might not even train for real that could be potentially learning something. So every time I'm gonna hold us accountable. I'm gonna try to hold us accountable every time we have like a topic that like has intricate vernacular, like we using certain words and stuff. What was that, bro? You good?
But like I felt like I was drinking the water, and it was like when I gulped it, it was so loud. I couldn't tell if I was listening to it over here or it was playing through the mic and I was getting playback from hearing my. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to know, like, the better the mic, like, you will be able to hear, like, yourself gulp and pause. Want to make sure we pause all.
But you know what I'm saying? But I can't. I don't know if I can hear it because like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I, oh, or it's like the joint traveled to
yo,
you and back to me, dummy.
uh, all right, all right. Let's get into the first topic. Mind you, there may be some overlap between 002 and 003 today with the first topic. I feel like there is because there's a lot that goes into it, but I believe the first topic was maneuverability, right? Like just
Yes.
being able to maneuver. And essentially, I'm gonna let you open it up, talk about what it means, because I feel like I could potentially say the same thing, being that it's me, and I want to make sure like I get your take, and I'm gonna just work off of you.
Um. Hold on. You know when you just get a message and it kind of make you like.
You gotta like reset, stop everything. Do 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 do.
All right.
All right, we're back.
Maneuvering. Um. If you are if you are either an adult or you're like a teen, like you're heading into that teen college area, there is a point that you get to if you actually love powerlifting. Like if it's not that deep, then you probably want not gonna do this. But if you love this joint and you're like doing the most, and it's to the point where you kind of look weird to everybody, you're gonna have to juggle. Um, you're gonna have to juggle work, school, family, uh, whatever the case may be, while you juggle powerlifting. Mind you, they're both relationships. Your relationship with powerlifting is similar to your relationship with people. So you're balancing all these things. You're just trying to figure out, like, yo, how do I train and I still get that opportunity to like handle business? Because you don't want to just be a good powerlifter. Like, if you trying to be responsible, you're trying to get it together. You're not just gonna want to be a good powerlifter. You're gonna want to be able to take care of business outside of powerlifting as well. If you actually like powerlifting, you'll notice like as you do certain things, you start holding yourself to a standard. Uh for me, it's cleaning the kitchen. I don't like cleaning the kitchen, but I do know that when the kitchen is clean, it creates just a high degree of order, and everything else kind of flows from that. And when I don't do it, I can see everything spew. And so, something I've just been getting the habit of is cleaning the kitchen. Now, how does that relate to powerlifting, or why is that powerlifting S? Because I know, like in terms of like, for example, my warm up or my limitations I put for the block, there's certain things that I can't do, even though I can and I want to, but it's not about what I want to do. It's about what needs to be done. And washing them dishes and cleaning the kitchen, that's one of those things where it's just like, that joint need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do my T-spine rotation, or I don't want to eat as much food today, but I'm getting it done. And you keep getting those types of moments in your life, and you notice like, dang, I'm training all the time.
I'm training all the time,
I'm training
man.
all the time. And it's the things that you come up with to be able to continue to lock in, like you Jeff will be able to talk about it a little bit more, but the things that you come up with to try to figure out like how to make it work, That's when you know you care. That's when you know you love something or someone, is because you keep trying to figure out different ways to make it work.
Damn.
Um, and if you are, because it's relationship, and if you are trying to improve, whether it be in the gym aspect or the relationship with other people, you'll notice that in order to really make progress, like you just gotta like hold peace and you gotta like keep trying to create it around you. You can't cut no corners, you can't skip nothing. And once again, you end up you're like, dang, I'm training all the time. But then it starts becoming natural. And I feel like because it feels awkward at first or it feels like it's a lot, you kind of don't lean into it as much. But once you realize what's happening, it just becomes second nature.
Mhm.
And it's like people be like, "Oh man, oh, I wish I could go to the gym after work." And then you be like, "I wish too." And so I started working on it. I started working on it, and it didn't feel good at first,
Yeah.
but now I can't imagine doing it any other way.
Oh, 1,000%. I think when we talk about training, when we talk about people in our lives, um, like you said, their relationships. We have relationships with things. We have relationships with people. And something that like has been a growth point for me is recognizing that the structure for both of those said things is not inherently different. Like they have their different distinctions. Like yes, humans and relationships, inanimate objects versus animate objects. I've recognized that you can take structure up in both of those things to be able to provide results. And one of the things that I've struggled with in my life is just being inconsistent with things away from powerlifting. Like, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
recognizing that, like, yo, life is way busier now. Like you said, job, more responsibilities in general. But I recognize
Children.
that, you feel me? Like, I recognize that I have the skill to be able to, I guess you could say, maneuver different in my structure. Like, yeah, I used to train for X, Y, and Z amount of time before, but now I come to the gym and I know how to take the most important pieces of the training, keep that in, drop everything else that was more or less auxiliary, and then continue to move forward and still make plays with everything else. And that's something that I'm picking up, like just going back to what we talked about earlier, like learning how to be by yourself and actually thinking. It's like I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, what's going to get me a bigger squat for the platform in the allotted time that I have? I know for a fact, like we said, I'm going to be split squatting the way that I walk. Like that's just going to be the play. I'll take less reps on the back down to know I have more time to do what's going to actually get me the bigger squat. You know what I'm saying? So that's how
Barbell
I'm looking
lords.
at it. Facts. Like nowadays, I'm looking at it like, yo, you could create a structure for anything, and then once you become consistent in that structure, you can make things happen. The structure will save you. Is basically what I'm getting to. Structure will save you, and I think there was a lot of growth in the way that things were happening with that because you don't want to change structure when things are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And
Or
this
when
is
things are working.
and when things are working. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like I know like we all talk about I don't know if we all talked about it or we talked about it here just yet, but like, you know, finding a woman, getting married, like you gotta recognize when these things may be blessings. Like the marriage is a blessing. Marriage is gangster, marriage is a blessing. But it's gonna cost you to change your structure. You're gonna have to change that structure and that's a form of compromise. You feel me? And it's like I recognize like that's where you get to see if you really strong and then you get to see if like you really are good at what you do because realistically speaking, man, 24 hours in a day. If I had 5 hours to train every day and I ain't had no other responsibilities, well, shit, I'd probably be pretty good at powerlifting because I'd be doing all the auxiliary
Ugh!
stuff and I'd be doing all the stuff that I know I need to do to grow. But considering the life and the structure that we uptake right now, I recognize that the gameplay has to be different in many different facets. Like I just had made like an Instagram, not Instagram, I made a TikTok about this. I said if you are praying for things and you lack the structure for the things that you pray for, your blessings could feel like curses. And the same way that you have cost when you stagnant are the same way you have cost when you're growing. And I think that's something that goes over the head because it's like people are like looking at growth and it's like, oh, in growth you don't lose anything. No, you're gonna lose probably a lot more in growth than you're gonna lose when you stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Stagnant, you're gonna be standing around stagnant as well. When you're growing though, it's gonna be a lot of push and pull. You know what I'm saying? It comes and it goes and it basically it permeates different in people's lives and it gives different experiences. But I think there are a lot of like general pieces of all that that can be used for everything. But when it comes to training, like we talking about, like you take on more responsibility, you become a dad, you're trying to be a better brother, a better sister, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You got to learn how to have the structure around that. Like it has to be some type of routine or some type of idea that's going to lead you to some type of success. If you stay consistent in it, you're going to be fine. Things will happen for you as time goes on. And I'm learning that on many different levels. I understand that I've been training. That's been like my more or less main thing over the years. But I recognize my life is changing. Full-time job. We got a podcast. You know, some days we sit down and we talk on FaceTime and it's like, I don't feel like shooting no podcast today. And then I recognize two things. Inherently speaking, there's two things I recognize about this. One thing told me about the other thing. I go to the gym. I'm tired. I do my best work. I don't know what it is. I go to the
Yeah.
gym. I had a long day. It's like my focus. I know my focus has to be at a certain degree. It's like I don't need music. I don't need nobody telling me to do so. Because if I'm tired, but I know I'm supposed to load something that day, or I know I have something to hit, it's like there ain't no other
This
way. I just gotta
even
lock.
thinking like that has a I don't think people understand how much self-awareness you got to have in order
Yeah.
to like pick up on the fact that yo, I'm tired today. Cuz like people will say they're tired, but like it's a whole different ball game now because you're in the gym and you're trying to get that workout in. You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to gain muscle. So now it's like it's a different that's why coaches are important. Like good
Yo,
ones.
look, man. I will tell you,
Hold
and
on.
something that I retired from in terms of self awareness. Something that I retired from. I'm not walking in the gym telling myself I'm not tired or I don't get tired. I feel like that puts me in a position where like I'm not
Thinking, you're not thinking
aware.
straight.
Yeah, like I'm not aware
You
of all the external. I'm letting my feelings tell me what I think it is. Like I love training this much, so I don't get tired. And it's like no, like if you tired, you can make better
you
gameplay decisions. Like you know what I'm saying, you could be in here like actually making good decisions rather than cooking yourself, trying to just be like hard body about like no, I'm human. I'm not Superman. Like I get tired, boss, and then I go in there and then somehow, some way, magic be happening. Like every time, it's like I make a play and the session goes beautiful. Sometimes I might like fail a rep and it might not kill my whole mood. Like it's plenty of things that we could talk about when it comes to that, man. Just like you said, just self awareness.
the main thing when you're trying to maneuver and you're trying to figure it out, you gotta just don't even think about getting to the answer. Just think about okay, that didn't work. What else could work? And just keep doing that and play around with it. Don't just go, oh man, it's not gonna work. And then like that's it. It's like no, okay, that didn't work. Let me try something else. I'm gonna try something else type of dude. I will, and I've kept trying to do things when it comes to training. I've tried to do things so many times. It's kind of to the point where it's like if something doesn't work, I know immediately. But I had to get backdoored several times to figure out that concept. You know what I mean? like like uh my homeboy Bruce, shout out to Bruce. He'd
Yeah,
be
shout
like, "Bro,
out Bruce, bro.
you got he tells because like the way I might explain something to him, he'd be like, "Bro, you got your spatial my spatial awareness is crazy. It doesn't take me long to understand how something feels." So um I've been doing it for so long, I know exactly when it's working and if it's not working. And so now it's just getting into the habit of just doing that. That's how you become a master at something. But you got to get to a point where it's like, I know. I'm not thinking about this. I know.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of people can't do that. But I'll tell you right now, if you again when you're trying to maneuver, if you just keep trying to figure it out, you will get to a point. Over the years, you'll get to a point where it's kind of like you're a master at whatever that thing is, and nobody's going to be able to do it like you, and that's going to be like your own edge. Whether you're in business or you're training, this is about training. We're gonna keep it training. If you're training, there just might be certain things that you can do or certain things that you understand about yourself, and the more self-awareness that you have and you're able to just be like, I know how I get when this happens, or I know for sure I'm not gonna do it. I know absolutely sure. Like for me, I don't like random. I do not like um Big ZD. He be making it all the time.
I haven't made it in a long time. I haven't made
I
it.
I
I've
don't.
retired from it as well.
This is a bad example, but I hate Big ZD. I will not do it. I simply just won't. I won't eat. But I know myself. When it comes to training, I say the same thing. I be like, I want to go do this because if I load this joint up right now, it's gonna make me feel macho. No, like no, like oh, I want to stay up late, do hood rat things with my friends. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You
and
have to. You got to go to bed.
yeah, it's difficult, man. It's because that and it's crazy how these things tie into the structure. Like it ties into the structure. You get stronger in structure by making the decisions when you don't want to,
You
and that's
don't want
the
to.
that's the hardest part. It's like you know what you need to be doing, and you
I've
doing it the
I've
first time is
used.
going to be practice.
I told Jeff I'm using my wife as my alarm system because as soon as she be like, "Oh man, it's getting pretty late,"
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
I'd be like,
bro.
because before I self awareness before when she was trying to get me on track and help me create structure because Jess is super structure oriented. When typically when things are structured, which is why I understand a lot of different things. But when structure is when structure is had, it makes for a very smooth ride.
Yes.
And she used to try to get. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna play Apex Legends, and she'd be like, well, do you want to be a master at Apex Legends or do you want to be a champion, world champion powerlifter? And at the time, I was choosing Apex.
The government calls it checks and balances, bro. The government calls
this
it
was
checks and balances, and you need
this
them.
was this was after COVID, and like we coming out of that weird eerie season. I could have been locked in then, but I understand.
No, yeah, facts.
I
No,
I had
facts.
to. So I was training. I just wasn't really. If I knew what I knew now, I promise you on everything that I love, bro. Not a soul would see me, bro. I would go to the gym, crack of dawn. I've already eaten my second meal. I'm stretching. I'm in bed by 7:30.
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all don't understand how good you have it, and you're not even utilizing the principles. You're not creating a sound structure to live off of, and it's like it be blowing me because I'm like, I know you don't gotta pay rent. I know your mom buys you chalky milk whenever you need it.
Yo,
I
bro,
know it.
relax,
And you mean to
relax.
no, and you mean to tell me, yo, you plateaued or you can't gain weight? No, you ain't got no structure. That's why.
No, and I could tie into that a little bit too. Like being a college football player, right? College football player for 4 years. I look back and I'm like, if I had the proper structure, like you know what I'm saying, and I really, really knew what I knew
I keep
now
telling him
then,
to go to the Eagles.
don't count me out, bro.
I'm gonna
Don't
count you out
no, don't
once
count
you
me out.
start once you start because for your position they don't be in the game for that long. Not
What you
game
who,
like they
what
don't,
linebacker?
bro. Their careers are not long, is what I mean.
Bro, that's because they don't know how to tackle. They try and knock everybody head off. I'm in there, smooth,
Gonna be
efficient tackler. I'm
you finna
strong.
stress me
I'm
out.
not. The nigga said I'm gonna stress him out. My fault, bro. I'm gonna leave it alone. But nah, what he's saying is facts though. Like when I played football in college, I look back like, bro, we trying to party and bullshit. Like you feel me? We get after the game, bro. Saturday night, bro. We not trying to get no sleep. Niggas used to be in niggas used to be in meetings tossed. Like niggas used to be in meetings with their head down. I mean, niggas is still dealing with drunkenness from last night at the football meeting. And like we gotta get up, we supposed to go to the football field, stretch out, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to be in meetings talking about what happened at the game. bro, people be checked out. Like it was a few that was like, all right, you know, this is important, so I don't care how I feel, we just gonna lock in. But like for the most part, bro, people was checked out, and I know, like, and during the week and stuff, like you said, bro, you get done class, bro, man, I need a stress reliever. No, you need sleep. We was trying to play Call of Duty and watch TV shows and all that. Like, no, can that, bro? Let's get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff to do tomorrow, and I recognize now, like, yeah, that structure gets you. It's just like I feel like this world also the world we live in, and I feel like me, even you, possibly spontaneity is more is romanticized. Excuse me, like just that over. Like yes, it's a beautiful thing, but at the same time, like I feel like it's even better coming from a structured person or structured groups or structured people. Like for example, yesterday felt astounding because, like you said, take yourself out, do something nice, court yourself. But I
Bro,
don't
Jeff's
do
gonna start
that.
living a wonderful life, bro.
Like
He gonna be
I
happy
don't
more
do that.
often.
Like I don't do
Let me
those
tell
things. Like
let me
I
tell
don't
y'all,
you, like you know what I'm saying?
Jeff finna be a whole different person because he gonna start going out and doing stuff by himself. And
Like bro,
I hold on. I know for a fact that some of the stuff that used to irritate you, you're not even gonna talk about it no more.
no, one hundred
Cause you,
percent.
cause you
Like
just in a better, you just in such a good mood. It's like,
like
oh, why are you in a good mood for? It's like, oh, I went and got some ice cream.
nah, like let's really hold on. That's not to go on a tangent, but I want to talk about that because I want to talk to somebody who could be watching this and who might really need this. Yo, if there's things that you like, nigga, go do that shit. Excuse my language. Yo, go do that shit. Don't wait for nobody. If you want to go on a hike, if you want to go bowling, you want to go skating, you want to go to a museum, you want to go to a pier in your city, you want to go walk a landmark, you whatever, you want to go try some food. Yo, don't have no problem doing that shit by yourself, bro. I know, cause here's the thing, bro, and I'm gonna use myself as an example. I was a young boy, bro. I used to love skating. I saw this dude do a skate move at the rink one time. I'm like, I gotta learn how to do that. Boom, I started going skating all the time. Mind you, I didn't even recognize how much I practiced this when I was a kid. I was going skating by myself. My mom would take me to the skating rink, drop me off, and literally I would parlay and politic with the people at the gym. None of them became close friends or nothing, but just being able to go there and feel comfortable knowing them was a big piece. Bro, in my life now, I'm 27 years old. I'm seeing everybody want to go skate.
I used to get makeup.
Y'all
Made
niggas
fun
late.
of.
Huh? What you say?
I used to get made fun of.
That's what I'm saying. Like I used to go skating and niggas be like, yo, you like skating? And then I remember one time I went skating. We went to skating downtown in the city. You know, they got the rink outside and all the girlies was there. You feel me? All the homies came with me for the first time and they seen I could skate. And now it's Jeff trying to flex on us because he could skate. I've been doing this. I was doing this when y'all didn't want to come with me. Now that I can skate and there's girls out here, now all of a sudden I'm showing off. No, that's your heart telling you should have been with me from the start. You wasn't with me shooting in that gym, and it's not even about the girlies. Like it was for me. I just genuinely love to skate. Like I was in there really practicing. I done fell hard, mad time, like all that, the whole nine. But
I think people scared to like stuff.
oh, facts. Like bro, I told my homies that I'd rather go to a museum or there's this place in PA called the Wolf Sanctuary. I said I'd rather go there than go to a club, and they all looked at me like my head done turned completely upside down and I broke my neck and turned around. I'm like, bro, I want to actually go experience things and see cool stuff. Club was cool at one point. Yeah, I've been to clubs before, but bro, you see the same thing in the club, and alcohol tastes
Clubs
the
ain't
same.
that. Yeah, clubs ain't that cool.
Like, first off, for I think my 22nd or 23rd birthday, I went to Baltimore. My fault. Let me say it correctly. I ain't gonna say it like I'm on a podcast. I'm gonna say it like I'm talking down the street. I went to Baltimore, and we went to an outside club. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna really take my time. A bottle of Henny cost $400 at the club.
If I beg your pardon,
Yo, wait.
it costs
A bottle of Henny costs $400. A bottle of Ace of Spade costs $3 bands.
You know how many eggs you can get
Yeah.
for $400?
Yo, Mark, bro, I need you to chill. I need you to chill, bro. I need you to chill.
You know how many 30 carton of eggs that I can get for $400?
You know how many steaks you can get? Like, there's so many things, bro. I'm in the club, and
Not
niggas bring out the
menu.
Niggas bring out the menu, and I'm like, oh, all right. So like, everybody want to drink. You know what I'm saying? First off, Scratch all that. This how I know. This how I know I'm me. They brought out the menu. I'm thinking it's a food menu. It's an alcoholic beverage menu. All they got is alcoholic beverages. No food. I'm already pissed. What you mean I could drink but I can't eat? I had to eat before I got here. Then we open it up. I'm looking at the menu. I saw 2 zeros by that 4 next to the Henny. Bro, Henny cost $40 when I was in college. What
I'm
we
I'm I'm thinking about why would you purposely consume Hennessy?
to not feel nothing, bro. Niggas trying to be
Like
numb.
like don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be a sommelier one day. Clip it. I like wine. I enjoy wine. I'm getting into bourbons and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like
And I too must say I like bourbon as well. Like I like a nice glass of whiskey, 2 ice
like
cubes. You saying
like
like
you know how people social drink. I don't need to drink to socialize, but
no, not at all.
people drink to. I was telling Jeff like I could be sipping some wine and reading a book
Yeah,
and playing some cool music in the background.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think kids do that anymore. I think kids
No,
need to be constantly stimulated by things. I can just,
there's a great audio that's been out, and it's like, nigga, I ain't trying to smoke weed to be cute. I'm trying to get high. Like that's how the people feel with with alcohol too. Like unfortunately, that's how people
yeah,
feel with
you
alcohol as well.
it's like
Because if you look, because then if you turn around and be like, well, why you feel like you always gotta be high, boy? That's a question. That question right there,
look,
nail niggas.
this is why when if I'm out at a bar or something or a restaurant and somebody asks me for a drink, I need the fruitiest thing you got. I need
yo, bro. I ain't gonna
I
lie,
need
I gotta respect it because last night, man, I was a Jamaican cowboy. You heard me.
I told him that he needs to get what the wildest named shikamadoo on there and just have a good time because it now if you drink too much of those you could get a headache. But yeah, man, like I'm not drinking no hard stuff. I don't want to no, I'm good on that.
Yeah, like
But
I think it comes from a place where like I recognize these days like I'm not really avoiding nothing, man. Like yeah, I'm not really avoiding anything. Like it's one of them things where it's just like man, first off, before I even go any further, let me give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ cuz where I'm lacking, he always restores, you feel me? And for real, like I think to myself now like if I were to have alcohol or partake in any of the tomfoolery, it would be like celebratory. Like we was talking about how like wine and alcohol was used at celebrations and gatherings, and it's like that has been like there's nothing inherently wrong with alcohol, but there's something wrong with the way that it's used. And same thing with everything else. Anything too much of anything could be bad for you. So, when it comes to like the gym and when it comes to all this stuff, it's like I have been locked in for a very long time and my structure is changing and the structure changing doesn't take away from me being locked in. It just looks a little bit different to be locked in. Like I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie, I love training, I love getting stronger, I love going to the gym and actively working on myself, but I love to coach, man. I genuinely do. I've seen people change their lives through coaching. I mean, I won't say no names, but like I had a client just like, bro, I gotta say thank you, and I'm like, like, of course, bro, like anytime. He was like, no, like I really gotta sit down and I gotta thank you, and I'm like, well, what for? He like, bro, my GPA done went up. I'm treating my girl better. Like we got a consistent schedule for X, Y, and Z. Bro, I'm grateful to God because me doing my job is helping me get a blessing in return from just learning what I can do to be better. Like I want to have a girlfriend, I want to have a wife, and I recognize now that like structures and consistency in different lanes just as important as it is in power. It's important elsewhere too. Like I don't want to just be good at my skill in powerlifting, but then be trash at everything else. And I think
yeah,
there's two
that what
reasons.
sucks.
There's two things that I'm recognizing that has taught me that. Number one, structure is structure can be in anything. It can be in construction. It could be in your life, like in your life's construct. It could be anywhere. But then I started to recognize, like, bro, I'm in a relationship with the King of Kings, bro. And for real, like my relationship with Christ is not performative. There's just things that I won't do no more because I love God. Like, period. That's it. It ain't about being religious. It's not a system for me. I get in here and I pray. I pray hard. You know what I'm saying? Not hard. I pray hard. Like I pray for real. I pray a lot too. And I
On
was
the
thinking
risen
about that.
homie.
You feel me? On a risen homie. On the third day. You feel me? It's his third day out here. Like type shit. Excuse my language, Lord. But what I'm getting at is like I understand what I need to be doing moving forward. I didn't always understand before, and I know I'm gonna be learning a lot more. I know Marcus gonna be learning a lot more. I know everybody watching this gonna be learning a lot more about the things that we've already talked about: structure, maneuvering, um, loving on yourself, courting yourself, all those things. Like
Love
we
on you.
all gonna be
Love
learning a
on
lot through
yourself,
this.
fellas.
You feel me? Like we all gonna be learning. We all gonna be learning about ourselves. I almost said learning on yourself,
I
but
think
we all
I
gonna be
think
learning.
I think it, I think it's a lot easy for ladies to love on themselves. And if I misspoke on that, lady, go love yourself.
Yeah, and
Ladies, love yourself too.
I understand why
Men,
you
go
say
love
that
on
though.
yourself
But I
too.
say
Yeah.
because I feel like for women, the idea of taking care of yourself has a like a like in our head. There's
Cosmetic.
something that like there's an example that pops up. Like for
Yeah.
us, haircut is not as big as getting your hair done. Like a haircut is but like getting your hair done takes mad long. They go get their nails done, massages and stuff. Like I'm doing that shit too. I ain't gonna lie nowadays. I'm finna be doing that too. Like I'm finna be going. You know what I'm
I've
saying? Like
I was getting massages twice a block, and I would go to the PT like once just in case something was going on, and just doing little stuff like that. The fact that the reason I say you need to call it self care because like it's not even about powerlifting. It's about if you just a better person, it's a lot easier for you to get stronger. If you
yeah,
feel better as a person, it's just gonna be a lot easier to be stronger. Which leads us into our next topic.
yeah.
Um, we, uh, I know I train like this. I know Jeff trains like this, and I just been talking to him about it a little bit more, and just how it's gonna help you evolve and stay healthy and not be rigid mentally and physically as a powerlifter.
Mhm.
Is making sure that in the realm of athletics, let's call powerlifting a sport, you need to be able to make sure that your body just works. Like it
Functioning
should
at a
just
high
do
level.
it should just not even at a high level. It should just do well, let's for the sake of this conversation, let's say functioning normally is high level activity.
Exactly.
Let's say
That's
that.
yeah. Yeah, we
Um
could definitely say that. Make that clear.
but being able to jump and skip and walk and squat, not arching your back, bend over and twist and just do these normal things that your body should normally do. If you start there, then start going out, that's how you get stronger.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people do is they start out here and then they'll slowly just start feeling themselves come back to the center because they have to start over again. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm weak and this, that, and the third. And it's like you've never done it before. And that's probably one of my biggest thing with powerlifting is that, and it doesn't take much to take somebody that's not athletic be athletic. You just got to get them to just start skipping more and twisting more and jumping and hopping and doing these things more often, and then they'll start feeling normal again because their body just works. It's going to be way easier to get somebody strong if on bench press if they got good push-ups. Very
I
simple.
have such a crazy I like so before we did this podcast I took a nap and
Oh,
I needed it. Like I ain't gonna lie. I knew I need cause I
dang.
tried to get up and be productive and nothing was working. I'm like, this is bad. This is gonna be
Yeah.
terrible. So I just laid back down and I went to sleep for about like an hour and 20 minutes and I had a dream. And in that dream, like a lot of my dreams be weird. Like sometimes they be extremely vivid or they be blurry, but I can hear everything. It's like it's real weird sometimes. But I always try to make sure when I wake up from like napping or sleeping and I have like a dream that like really shakes me or it gives me some type of real advice, I try to write it down or I try to like pinpoint it and remember it as quickly as possible. And I had the dream and somebody in the dream, I don't know if it was me talking to myself in the mirror or talking to somebody else, but I heard this. Doing things the wrong way becomes emphasized when you don't function properly. It was something along those lines, like I said that, and the reason why it made sense to me is because like if your body functions normally, your training skills can be unlimited. If you're
So much.
training and you are training against limitation, shit, the only thing you might be able to do to grow your squat even a tiny bit is keep squatting more back downs, loading them heavier. If your body functions properly, you can get more from a plethora of skills. Prime example, having our pelvis under us in a neutral position and breathing properly, we don't have to squat with the barbell all the time to get a bigger barbell squat. We can just go to the gym and do a 4x10 to 6x10 with a leg accessory. We just going to produce better, and it could still be a squat, like we said, split squats. It could still be something along those lines. But if your body doesn't if your body doesn't function properly, it's going to be very hard to widen the amount of skills you can use to actually. It's like when you go to a work site, construction work site, if you function better, you're gonna be able to work with more tools, gang. It's not rocket science neither. It's very. Once I had the dream, I wish I knew exactly what I said. I should have wrote it down. 'Cause I didn't. But once I heard it, I'm like, this is why you have to chase function. This is why you should chase function. I'm not gonna say you have to, but like, 'cause it's not mandated. But this is why you should chase function. Like, okay, something feels off, or I need to be more mobile in this movement right here, or I need to stretch more in this. You'll feel way better. Like it just makes perfect sense. So I'm going to chase the function because the function makes sense and it makes me feel good. Like nowadays, I leave the gym, I'm not breathing in pain. I'm not like heavily discomforted at night laying down in bed. Like no, I feel great. I go to sleep, I wake up, I feel fantastic. Knees feel good, hips feel good, shoulders feel better, all that type of stuff. It's like when I started thinking about it like that, it makes so much more sense. And then, like I said, we'll come back to it every time. Structure change, bro. It ain't too much time in the day to be training no more. Like if God given the possibility comes up again where I can spend that much time in the gym, I'll do more. But at the same time nowadays, we in the gym, we got a certain amount of time, bro. We gotta use the skills we know gonna get us somewhere. And we gotta
Yep.
make sure we doing everything in an executive manner, making sure we plugging in mentally, coming in and just getting the work done.
I want to make sure that people understand. For his example, being able to use other machines properly is
It's so
considered a
important,
skill
bro. Oh my
because
goodness, it's so
because
important.
being able to use machines and just doing all the let's consider everything outside of SBD also skill based.
Also skill
So
based.
essentially, what he's saying is you gonna have SBD skill, but the more skill you got in other areas, the more it's gonna transfer over to the main movement, and the less you have to focus on putting all your XP in that one. And
This is
so,
before I even let you go any further. Don't y'all see how that can literally proliferate to your life? Like, let's just make the connection right now, cause you said it in a perfect way. When you walk in, if you're just functioning normally and you're more skillful across the board, you're going to have more opportunities to stay consistent and still make progress with what you got.
yeah.
It all just connects back to each other. It kind of feels like finding God in everything that you do. For real, it really does feel that way. And it's like you can see the trajectory and the segues and what Mark is saying now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear it somewhere again and what he about to say next.
What you call it? Jacob wrestled with God,
Bro,
and it's like
you finna bless me,
when
nigga.
you when you when you're like when you're wrestling with the person you don't want to be no more to try to be like the person you want to be. Like there's so many things that you're gonna have to wrestle with and like really tame so you can get your blessing. And that's how it is with training. That's how it is with powerlifting. If you tame yourself, you really going after what actually matters and what's gonna produce something for you. And I said this to myself like I'm in the habit of doing it. I'm just in the habit, the process of just like eliminating habits that's just not going to be conducive to me being a better powerlifter. There was a story my wife sent me of it's a runner. I think he's Kenyan, but he ran a marathon. I don't know which one it was. If somebody know, put it in the comments. But he ran a specific marathon and he broke the world record. I think he ran it in under 2 hours. Bro, when he got back to the crib, bro, they brought out fire trucks and sprayed the boat down like a water shower. As he pulled into the plane, pulled into the terminal, they had a parade, this, that, and the third. But it's like he was a track runner. Like he did distance running before he ran a marathon. I think he trained for 18 months, and for those 18 months, like it inspired me to just like the person who made the video is called it was called like the miracle moment, and essentially they were saying that it looked like a miracle, but the stuff that he was doing in order to like accomplish this was insane. It was so insane that he didn't want nobody to think he was taking drugs. So he was getting tested like multiple times a week for weeks leading up to it. Because he's like, I'm not on drugs.
Yeah, like I'm not on
He's
that.
he's he's going to bed. He's wearing a certain type of shoe. He running with a certain group of people. Like all these specific things. Even to the pants and stuff. And Matt Frazier did this too. Like when he wanted to start winning for real, like he shaved all his hair off because he's like, I it's a waste of time for me to have to cut my hair. I'm not gonna do that. The underwear and shorts, training shorts. He's like, yeah, just order me 100 pair of them joints because I'm not. I don't want to have to worry about what I'm gonna put on.
Yeah.
And then going to train like 7, 8 times a day. But what people don't understand is that it kind of got to get to a point where you're like fed up with your situation or what you got going on.
Yeah.
And then once again, it's like I gotta get some structure. I gotta get some structure so that I can function. You can't function if there ain't no structure. You feel me? People be trying to function and they ain't got no structure and they wondering why they structure not functioning. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't
Yo.
and they be confused. And then it's like for example, watching people squat. If all they toes can't stay on the ground, they got pelvic floor issues. They probably fart a little bit and then dookie come out. You feel me? Like,
I'm gonna let you get your shit off. No pun intended. I'm gonna let you get your shit off.
but it's about that structure. In the squat, your feet the structure. If your feet not working right, what you expect the rest of the system to look like? I don't know what the no, I do know what the confusion is because y'all not chasing after function and y'all don't care about the structure. Listen, we need y'all to understand that it's so easy to get good at powerlifting. I promise you, and if I could have talked to me, if I could have spoke to me when I started, I would have been like, "Yo, this is this is literally like you could take the cake, bro. Take the cake, get the dough, make the pancakes, whatever the case may be. You can. This is so easy. All you have to do, right?
That boy catching the Holy Spirit, bro.
Listen, all you have to do, bro.
Yo.
Listen. Okay. I'm talking to me, right? I'm talking to me. I'm gonna tell me what I would have told me.
Yo, bro, I'm watching it happen live, bro.
Listen. Go to bed for no reason. Don't stay up. Because what's finna happen if you do this properly? If you take it behind the bed and you really go to sleep, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna train and you're gonna be like, "Yo, I am smacking, I'm smacking everything. I'm smacking everything." Go to bed. Eat breakfast. I don't care if you cool. Like, eat breakfast. Get up and make it. Get up early so you can have time to eat it because it should be a lot. Eat. Get up and eat. This is something I'm just now understanding it now, bro. I'm doing it now. And it's if somebody outside looking in was watching me eat breakfast in the morning, they'd be like, "Nah, bro,
Nah, they be like, yeah,
he's
nah. Hold on, yeah. He's
tweaking."
crashing. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
crashing. Yeah,
but
nah.
like again, like if you got the time to train and really be great, like this is what you should be doing. Is it the part that you gotta get be okay with it's not is one instant gratification, and you gotta be okay with nobody telling you that you're doing a good job. You gotta be okay with that. You gotta be absolutely cool with not being like, hurrah, yay, he's because that's what you're supposed to do. And if you just do it for a long time, I be saying it. If I knew what I knew now, I get strong in half the time. Probably like
Yeah, 100%.
probably like 2/3 time.
Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Based on everything you just said, like last year was like
Yeah,
the beginning of a
uh
process.
post nationals.
Yeah, like post nationals. Wait, which nationals?
Hold on, cause I gotta pee.
This boy.
Okay.
Gosh. Go to the bathroom. This is the time, y'all, where like we would be having commercial breaks and all that. You know, we shout out to the sponsors of the video. We gonna get there at some point. Maybe we will. Who knows? But damn, there was something I wanted to say, and I'll probably say it and then I'll explain it when he gets back. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Last year, 2025 was like the shedding of a previous person physically, right? Lost all that weight and stuff like that. This year, I'm not even gonna lie. In terms of what we talking about, the functionality of things, the chasing function, the actually understanding the structure and the function are so extremely important in getting stronger, whether it be like scheduling or just how you operate in a gym based off your anatomy. It has been such a game changer. Like, I'll give y'all a prime example. I'll use a little bit of training, I guess you could say analytics for myself to put us in the right frame of thinking, right? I lost all the weight, right? Feel good, feel amazing. Most of the times, my back downs on a squat have not changed. Like, they haven't
Hey, bro,
changed too
make sure
much
you
at
cut
all.
that out, bro.
What? You
The
going to the
the fact that I
bathroom?
had to, yeah, I gotta
No,
pee.
I left it in because I was talking some. I'm telling a story right now, nigga. Yeah, I was locked in. Don't worry. We gon' in the future we gonna cut it out. But I started talking some real nigga shit, and I ain't done yet. You about to hear the end of the story, and you gonna know exactly what I'm getting at. But throughout, like when I was cutting, and then once I finished the cut, and then once I got back into training, my back downs on the squat didn't really change all that much. And before, like I used to think to myself, like, yo, I gotta get that really heavy back down in order to squat something really heavy. Mind you, does it help? Yes. But at the same time, do I always need it? No. Mind you, I'm thinking I might need it even more now because I'm a lighter guy. I go to the gym. I promise y'all, I was squatting between 463 to 484 for almost 80% of my back downs while going through the process of squatting, getting comfortable, being like skinnier again, and also going into prep for PA States this year. I think in that prep, I think there was only one day where I took a back down above 484, and that was the heaviest squat day of prep. I took 529 for 3 sets of 4. That was the heaviest I think that I did any of the work with the barbell. And it definitely helped out for sure. But I don't think it would have helped out as much if the structure wasn't better and the function didn't follow. Because realistically speaking, when you're really good at a skill, when you're really good at using your body, less can be a lot more. But more could lead to just great possibilities. Like every now and then, if you were able to walk into the gym and you could feel every rep of whatever you're doing, I guarantee you when it's time to load it up and you do the same thing, you're not going to feel too much difference in between the weights. Everything feels heavy after a certain point. But if you
Unless
go
you're
to
just
the
scary.
gym, yeah, unless you're just scary, like unless you like, holy cow, I'm about to put X, Y, and Z on the barbell, like unless you're really losing your mind like that, yeah, exactly. You walk into the gym and you start because and I always use that shake because genuinely speaking, I've been in the gym with people and they're getting stronger and they don't understand like the type of mindset they need to have to get stronger. And you can see them literally losing their minds. They'll pan back and forth. Like I've seen it. I've seen it. I've been in the gym long enough to see it.
They overhype.
Oh yeah, like you know what I'm saying? And like, ooh, that's another topic that I think we got to get to is keeping all your energy for the gym. We need to get to that, but we probably say that for another time. But that's a very good topic. Remember how you were saying like, you know, you try to be as basically like not low vibrational, but you try to keep the intensity of everything you do away from the gym lower.
Mhm.
We need to. That's a very, very. I think that's going to be very important in the grand scheme of things for this as well. But like we were saying, when you really get strong and you're really lifting heavy, heavy weights, it's very hard to train in a way where like you're just going into the gym and you're just loading heavier every time because, like we talked about before, powerlifting is a sport that always puts you in extension. When you're training, when you get that strong, understand that the weights that you're lifting are going to have a higher chance, a higher frequency of putting you in extension. That's why we always
Compressing
talk
you.
about chasing function and really utilizing the body properly because when you get stronger, you want
A lot of
to stay
compression.
stronger. You know what I mean? Like you want to be able to feel you want to feel alleviated, excuse me, when you leave the gym. You don't always want to feel like you can't do anything. There's been
Yeah.
a point in time where I felt like the only thing I could do, physically speaking, was lift weights. And I had to get warmed up for it and I had to do all this stuff. And nowadays, I feel pretty good to do just about anything. Like, I could go hoop, I could go get on a football field, we could go run on a track. Like, we could do whatever. But before, that was not, it was even hard to walk at one point. You know what I'm saying? So these days, we chasing function, for sure. We definitely chasing the function.
I think it was Flex Wheeler. Um, I think if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, y'all. He was talking about how he didn't lift like Ronnie. He didn't lift heavy. He was like, I wanted to train for a really long time
Yeah.
and like still look good. And he's still swole now, if I'm not mistaken. But you want to be able to last. And if you can create muscles that work, they'll last for a long time. And powerlifting just gets easier. Um so don't skip like all the weird stuff that you don't think it should work, or that's the stuff you need to be doing. I'm somebody who I had to learn. I ran track, so their periodization in terms of how they get ready for competitions is a lot of what I use kind of when I'm thinking about peaks and training blocks, because I think track and field has some of the best periodization, and it's the reason it's a little bit harder is because like you're dealing with an active movement. You're racing against time. It's not like I'm sure football players get peaked for the season. Like they start lifting heavier, and then they might have certain in season lifts to make sure that they can stay healthy and
Yeah.
they keep their explosiveness. But with speed or running, it's like you're not going against anybody. You're going against time, and like that's one of the hardest things to battle. So like preparing somebody to run as fast as they can on a given day is like it's beautiful when it's done properly.
Yeah.
And so when I look at programming and I look at powerlifting, that's where I get my insight and my thought from. And I forgot my point, bro. I was going in.
No, you definitely made a great point in terms of um like periodization for track. I definitely think it's
No, what were we talking about before that?
we were talking about just structure. We talk about structure and functionality and like just
Oh,
being good at the skill. And you said
um,
like track is something that is like a moving sport. Like it like don't get
yeah,
me wrong,
yeah.
all the sports are moving, but like track is a different plane than powerlifting too. You know what I mean? Like it's a very different skill set. And you say you're also like racing against time. You're not basically like essentially yes, you're competing against others, but at the same time it's like realistically speaking, you could really just focus
Oh,
on the clock.
I'm back where I was at.
Yeah, I
If
got
we
you.
talking about if we talking about like skill, track and field requires a lot of skill.
Yeah,
Like, and I would even go as far as to say that powerlifting is probably the opposite. Like with track and field, you need to get good at sprinting. And if we talk, I'm just gonna go against everything, but I don't care. With specificity, you want to do the thing that you're gonna do to get better at the thing. The meta right now for powerlifting is like do that thing all the time. But even when you do something like that all the time, like with sprinting, there's so many different ways to mix it up, different run types, like run workouts. They got rest pause in track and field too, duration and distance. I think that because the meta for powerlifting doesn't take those things into consideration, and like I barely be seeing people pause squat. I just see normal, I just see normal squat all the time. I just
Ha
see
ha,
normal
you know what I'm saying? Niggas added pause squat to
every
his block. I feel good, you heard
every
me.
everything for the most part is like normal, and it's like y'all gonna wear y'all functionality out because y'all not working at it. Y'all not actually training it, and it's gonna make things like it's gonna make it super hard for you to recover from these things. And I don't know, man. I wish there's so many strong lifters, and I wish that they would consider not squatting so frequently, not squatting so often, and giving it a place. How's in
On
it?
behalf of that statement, shout out Kevin Oak too.
Yeah, shout out, bro.
Learned a lot from watching his Instagram page actually.
There, there's so many lifters where that are strong, that are older, that you can look at and be like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that, but I will do this. That makes sense. Like I SSB front squat because of Kevin Oak. I take high bar and jumping a lot more seriously because I don't know if y'all know Kevin Oak broad jump. That joint was silly. He was also a sprinter. He ran a 60 meter. He ran a 100 meter. So he's got those fast twitch fibers. But I got jumping and um that was also one of the first people that I seen. What?
I started laughing because as you started talking about Kevin Oak, I rehashed that moment where we was talking about how he front SSB squat is 750.
Yeah,
And
he
how
for like a triple.
crazy, like
He front. Yeah, that was a crazy, bro. So I showed Jeff Kevin Oak, and I was like, bro, you heard of Kevin Oak? He said, I mean, I heard of him, but I don't really know. I started sending him videos. Oh, Jeff started losing it because it's
yo,
like
bro, like I want y'all to understand, like, bro, niggas dream of putting
countless.
750 on their back, bro. This nigga got it on his neck, bro. This nigga wildin', bro. Like, mind you, I knew who Kevin Oak was, right? I got a funny story about Kevin Oak because apparently he from like the Villanova area in PA. Like that's where he used to be at. The funniest shit ever while I was working at the gym, bro. One day they just saw this big ass black dude in the gym. He's overhead pressing on the deadlift
Oh yeah,
platform.
overhead press his overhead press was crazy
Why
too.
are you
He
bringing the overhead press from the ground? Put it on a rack. What are
nah,
we
he said nah,
doing?
bro.
That
He
nigga
said nah,
said, I'm
bro.
gonna
Push
pick it up
press.
off the ground, put it on my hips, and put it on my legs, and then get it and hoist it over my head. This nigga's doing sets of 8. I'm like, yo, what he doing? What he doing? Like what? Yo, what he doing? It was by far one of the funniest things I've seen while working at the gym. No cap. That joint had me in
He,
tears, bro.
he's one of the first people that I've seen like take care of himself.
Bro,
Like
like, and to this
mobility
day,
and like stretching. If you go to his Instagram now, like he's biking like crazy. I think it's this sport where like it's banked, like the bike is
I don't really
banked.
know what that's called neither. I gotta
Yeah,
look into
yeah.
that. I don't know what that's
I think
called.
he does. I think he does that. He still goes to the track and sprints. He can also still like squat and deadlift, and he can still, bro. He can still squat and deadlift like a lot,
No, he
bro.
can
I think
still
he's
no.
using trap.
He still be
If
lifting
you go to his
crazy, like,
Instagram right now, you can see a trap bar video of him doing trap bar, and it's like
bro.
750 on there.
When I tell y'all, bro, like watching him squat that much SS like a front squat, bro. Like it's just I don't know, bro. Like that's like nah on the on your neck, bro. That still gets me to this day. Like
my
just
best, my best SSB front squat is 465
and that
and
nigga did 750, bro.
seven.
That nigga did that
Do.
shit.
I ain't gonna do. I might not do 750, but I
He
will
did
do
that, bro.
the variation.
He did that in the paper mache A7 knee sleeve. He might as well be just. He might as well wrap toilet paper around his kneecaps, bro. Like, and he
That's his hip
his
flexors are because he was a sprinter. So like his block star is nasty. his hip flexors are strong.
Like I'm still in pure amazement, bro. Cause that
Oh,
joint's still crazy. Like,
go to his Instagram and
what
just
is it, Oak
scroll and
Strong?
just look Oak Strong, and then go to his YouTube and just watch them OG
Bro,
videos. If you
that
love
joint,
powerlifting,
like,
you
it's
could go
like
to
that
Kevin
type of
Oak.
strength. That type of strength, bro, is like I can't help but to laugh. Cause like, yo, what? Like, yo, what's going on? Cause he like, bro, everybody like we strong, bro. What do we call that? Like, what is that? Neanderthalic? Like, what we gotta make up a word for it? That nigga got a devil fruit. That's how I'm coming. That nigga has a devil fruit. Or something.
And, um,
Cause that's bro.
all
Kevin
right.
Oak, bro, that joke, you be having me laughing, bro. Every time I open your Instagram, bro, and I scroll, bro, just know I be cracking up, bro. I be rolling.
It's
Cause it's
it's
just
hysterical strength.
like, yo, it be so funny to me, bro. Cause it's like, yo, like, how you even find out you could do that? Like,
I think I seen a video of him Steinboard squat.
oh my
Like
goodness,
600.
bro.
You know Steinboard squat where you
Yes,
tip it on the
bro.
side.
Yeah,
He
bro.
Steinboard like 600, bro.
Like,
Like
what
five
made you
600
even try
pounds.
that? Like, nah, but um, damn. Let's get into the next topic, bro. Cause I'm already ready to laugh at that over and over again, bro.
All right, the last final thing that we wanted to
Oh
talk to you guys
boy.
about is complaining. Um,
Yeah. Oh, let me. I'm gonna take the mic and get it started for this one because I want to make sure we come from a particular angle with this. Like, uh, considering like we adults, we talked about the structure, the functionality. We talked about structure in your life. We talked about functionality in your training. Excuse me, and how all those things intertwine. And this is something that like I really do my best to work on as a coach because rather than looking at it like everybody is just bitching, I would rather be able to meet people where they are as an adult man and as a coach. Like given the fact that I do have desires to be married someday and have kids, like I don't want to be just like a dick in practice, but like then have my children later down the line or my wife later down the line be like, you know what, he was saying some real stuff and we really do appreciate him. It's just he a little rough. I want to be better than that. I want to be better than the people that came before us. You feel me? When it comes to that. So with that being said, it's like I'm going to basically use the example of how I basically treat myself in the gym now. And this leads back to the structure and the function. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go deeper into it. When I walk into the gym, I recognize that like practicing empathy with yourself makes you so much better at being empathetic with others. And like I didn't really grow up in a place where like being empathetic with myself was the important piece. The important piece was always the result of things. And mind you, it's still important, but I think learning how to be empathetic with yourself is extremely important as well because it makes it easier for you to be able to understand where other people may be and where they are coming from. So with that being said, like I think recently, oh, day 4, deadlift day, last block, final pull of the block. Long day at work, man. Just a long day. You feel me? Just one of those days. Like just gotta get up, and it's just like, bro, today dragging. It's a little hotter outside, so all that type of stuff is going on. But I knew I was still excited to train. I'm like, bro, I got deadlifts. I get to bring it home. You feel me? I get to just train. I get to just move my body, so I'm grateful. But I was tired, and I think that was like kind of distorting my like desire to go train. And then I got in the gym, and I had like a second wind, and then I recognized like, damn, like okay, regardless, if I get more than one rep of this deadlift, it's gonna be a PR, right? But I'm like, damn, I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. I just remember how I felt towards the end of that week. Man, I was cooked. And I sat down for a second, turned my music off, and I said, Jeff, it is completely okay to be tired. You are a human being. You are not Superman. You don't wear a cape. Like, you're tired. Given that you're tired, are your goals important to you? And that right there, I got up and started blazing. Like, I don't know where it came from. And this is why I say I do my best work when I'm tired. Because those conversations happen in those very moments. Like, and mind you, that entire week I was, give or take, just tired in general. The last week of the block, I done made it here. We got all the reps, we got all the working sets in, the volume, the workload up. Like, yeah, I'm tired. Even with getting good sleep and eating more food daily. But I recognize, like, when I get in that moment and I ask myself those questions, I acknowledge the fact that I have a decision to make right then and there. I can choose how I feel, which inherently isn't a bad thing, or I can choose what I said I was going to do. And I feel like it's important to me to choose what I said I was going to do. So mind you, I hit 2 reps, I failed the third, but after I had that conversation with myself, it made that failure in that moment, it just made it all right. Like, it's okay. Like, I basically fell forward. Like, if I fell, I would have fell on my face. I wouldn't have fell falling on my back. And then the rest of that session was still like stellar. I hit like 485 for a high bar for a set of 5. After deadlifting, the top set, the warm ups, and the back down sets, like, in my training and my mood just took a different trajectory. And I recognized, like, Jeff, if that's how you feel when you do it to yourself, imagine how I could feel when you allow that for somebody else. I feel like a lot of the time, especially as men, it gets very easy to come down on people for complaining because you're like, bro, I couldn't complain, or you didn't have the space to complain. You felt like you never had the space to complain. But that's why when people bring it to me now, especially the people that I care about, the people that I honor in my life, it's like I recognize that things are happening. I recognize that things don't necessarily feel all that good. But I want you to have that mental conversation with yourself, like, what's important to you? And I think when you allow that to happen, you let people choose. With the result, you can't have no ill will towards the result, because at the end of the day, it's not your decision. And I've made, this is something I feel so deeply about, because I have made this mistake so many times with the people that I love and I cherish in my life, and I come off and my tone is rude and all that shit. And that's why, like, I take it important. I take it to a different priority with me, because like I said, man, like, everybody not cut out for the war that I had in my life. And Mark, I know you know that too. Like, everybody is not cut out for the things you have been through. I feel like that's the reason why niggas like us probably gonna have families in the first place. Probably gonna build even bigger families. Why? Because we understand that. And there's just a lot that goes into that. There's so many levels I could take that, but I wanted to make sure I got that example as clear and as detailed out as possible, because I think it's so important as a coach, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a man, as a father, as a brother, as an uncle. Being empathetic is so important, and we can find a way to do it without taking the truth away from it. Because at the end of the day, I serve the King of Kings, I serve the Father of Fathers. And I recognize that the truth is very important for me, for Mark, for Bruce, for whoever, you know what I'm saying, comes in and parlay with us and all that. But I recognize that it's very difficult for people to hear the truth when your approach is extremely abrasive. And the people that you want to hear the truth are normally the people that are closest to you: your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your mom. You want them to hear you, you want them to hear the truth, but you have to be extremely careful about how you get to the truth. I'm adjourning myself on that. I just wanted to make sure I
That,
got that out, bro, because that shit, that's something that's like, that's a part of my life right now, bro. Playing sports, growing up and shit, we ain't really have a space to be like empathetic. Like, coaches wasn't empathetic with us, you know. There was a lot of hard work and effort instilled, but now I'm recognizing as a man, like, I gotta reverse those things and really like work on this stuff. It's making me a better coach. It's making my life more peaceful. So I'm going with that, like, 100%.
yeah, that's something I've been working on too. Cause boy, I'm abrasive,
Yeah,
but I know
man.
myself.
No, yeah, facts.
So
I
yeah,
think knowing yourself,
but
I think knowing yourself and knowing your experience is like you said, self awareness is the
mhm.
self awareness on the mountain of all this. Self awareness is probably at the top, because or it's probably at the bottom. Let me say that, because the bottom of the mountain is the biggest, the peak is the smallest. So let's talk about the bottom. If you don't have self awareness, there's nothing else that can happen over top of that, like, at all. So like you said, you knowing yourself, I know myself. I know me, bro. I know how I used to talk to myself, and I even had to change how I talk to myself. Like,
Yep, yep.
not in a sense of being soft to myself, but just really recognizing, like, yo, there's a lot going on, and you still gonna do it, but you gotta recognize, like, no, there's a lot going on. Like, I used to, like, try to just be Superman in every situation. I'm not Superman, bro. I'm a human. Like you're saying, and that's why this that walk in life right now is probably the most important for me. Like that's probably one of the highest priorities God has put in my realm for sure.
It's crazy because that's one side of complaining. What Jeff is saying.
Yep.
'Cause a lot of times we hear it from people, but for the ones that's trying to change, I'm talking to you.
Hmm.
You got to cut it out.
You got it, yo,
You
bro.
have to stop doing it.
And this
It's
is the
okay if
other side, man.
this is the other side. It's okay if they do it.
It's okay if
Don't
they
join
do it.
them. Don't be doing what they be doing. You have to. When I tell you, you have to reframe how you think. Like if you want to be great, you have to reframe how you think. And that is why Jesus was trying to tell people, like, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because when you're born in Christ, you are part of the kingdom. There's things that you do now that you don't do anymore. So if we talk about strength, and you want to get stronger, there are certain things that you can no longer do. Because strong people don't do those
Strong
things.
people don't do
And
those
and
things.
and the faster you can wrestle with those things and cut them out, the better. But complaining, because the thing about complaining is this stinky seed, and it grows and it starts weaving and weaseling its way through different aspects of yourself and your life. And next thing you know, you complaining all the time. How do I know? Because I used to kind of be me, and I know that because that's my self awareness.
Like, bro,
That used to be. That used
bro,
to-
it's so crazy. It's so crazy because I want to use an example for both of us with this particular topic, gaming, or like let's just use gaming. One of the things like we talk about just time, gaming, sleep. Keep it simple. You be going to the gym and like everything look a certain way to everyone else. Like, oh, I be up late, bro. I be on the pecs. I be on a duty, bro. 4 hour session. Like I'm supposed to be asleep 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago. Like I'm in here a while and like right, and then like you still go to the gym. You still manage to hit your numbers, still hit your metrics and all that. But no matter what happens, you know in private, and I know that Mark know this because I've been there, and this is why no, I'm not living my life the way I used to in training or in personal life to get where I want to get to. Like because it all comes to the light. I was getting ready for that competition we were talking about in 2024 when my shoulder was cooked, and I'm pretty sure if I look back, I was up late playing a duty. I was still going to the gym banging. Like I was going to the gym banging. I mean, top yo yeah, bro. Like top set on squat, top set on deadlift be like 650, back down be like 600 plus. Like I was in there hooping, but I would get to the crib, bro, and because I wasn't going to sleep, because I wasn't doing the small things, because I wasn't moving how I was supposed to in private, bro. When them injuries start to affect my training and all that, before it made anybody else feel away, it made me feel away. Like, and that's when I recognized like there has to be a change. There has to be a new structure implemented. I have to be a better man. I have to be a better lifter. I have to be a better coach. Like that's when all of that stuff started to happen because yeah, it's gonna look good until it don't. Like it's gonna look good until it absolutely don't. So practicing those small things away from the gym, couch stretching every now and then, making sure you're taking care of your pelvis, making sure you locking in, making sure your shit internally rotating, externally rotate how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff that I'm doing now. I'll turn on anime, I'll get right into the stretch exercise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But it's just like that's why it's so important. Like, and I feel like sometimes we have prayed for blessings. We lack the structure, and that led to complaining. That's the reason why complaining got to be nipped. Because if you nip the complaining, you recognize that, bro, I pray for this. I pray to get
I could just,
stronger.
and then you'd be like, oh, I could change this, and this will help. Oh no, I could change that, and this will help me too. And I could change this, and I could change that. And next thing you know, you done change
You done
so many
changed.
different things.
You done changed so many different things. Like, bro, when there's two things that was cooking me in that prep, 2024. I can remember it like I was there yesterday. My shoulder and my left
I can't.
kneecap. My left kneecap,
It was your right shoulder and your left knee.
bro. It felt like
Was
niggas
it?
took.
Was it?
No, yes, like yes.
Oh, see,
Yeah. No, yeah.
next,
We gotta say that
but
for another
that's
podcast. That's
another
another podcast. We gotta
that's
say that
another
because I knew exactly what you were getting at. But that's what I'm saying. When I started working on my anatomy, bro, disappear. It started to just go away. Like literally, it just started to go away. Couch stretching, working on my pelvis, like literally before a session, spending 20 minutes working on my pelvis, working on my hamstrings, like activating my hamstrings, stretching my hamstrings. My knee pain just went away. Working on having stronger feet, like it just went away. And
Yep.
it was because like the work that I was doing was working. Did I feel like doing it all the time? No. I just relied on the structure of it.
It's
That's
crazy
it.
because I oftentimes tell clients or new clients, I'm like, I'm gonna create a system around you. And as long as you stay within the system, everything's gonna work. You don't have to be thinking
You
about
still
you don't have to be
good.
you don't have to be thinking about what's going on. Just focus on doing what the system tells you to. That's why Jin Woo and I
Chill,
love
bro.
I love
Chill, bro. Chill,
that's
bro.
why
Cause
that's
this, bro,
listen,
we already
Jin
at an
Woo,
hour and 20 minutes, bro. And I know that
it'll
if it'll
it'll
turn
be
into
fine.
2 hours, you know what I'm
It'll be
saying?
fine. We
Cause
know no,
the biggest,
we're not gonna go that far. We're not gonna go that
no, but
far.
I'm
But I
saying
wanna say
the biggest thing that I'm getting from this is like you just said, you create a system. But the word I was going to use, and I know it could open up another can of worms, is adherence.
yeah.
Adherence to the system will get you results damn near guaranteed if it has proper periodization, is written intelligently.
I say guaranteed.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, people be coming to me, and I've worked with surgeons, I've worked with military men, I've worked with people who work in construction, I work with people who work in factories. As long as you adhere to the program,
Good.
you're going to be straight. You're going to be able to stay healthy, and you adhere to what you need to do structurally away from the gym. You're going to be okay. Like you're going to make progress somehow, some way, one way or another.
Um, don't complain. Don't do it.
Yeah,
When you find yourself complaining, you have to check it and you have to say to yourself, I'm complaining.
make a
You don't
choice.
even have to change don't even change anything. Just say I'm complaining. And after a while you're going to either get tired of hearing yourself hearing saying it or you're going to stop saying it cuz it's not that deep to you.
And let's
But when
also
you
be very clear. Explaining. Complaining is different from acknowledging. They're very close to each other. Like you can acknowledge that you're tired. You can be real with yourself. But don't let that be the harp of the
yeah,
communication you have with yourself. Oh my god, I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired. I'm tired. But there can still be good work done. We can still find a way to service
yeah,
ourselves. We
like
can still, you
follow
know
it
what I'm
up with
saying?
some positive reinforcement
Exactly
or
my
like
point. Exactly my point. Because
yeah.
acknowledging can turn into complaining. But
Yeah.
you can start a sentence off that will sound like you about to complain, and it could just be an acknowledgement of what you chose and what you are going to do. Like, yes, we're all tired, we're all stressed, right? The sentence not over though. If you carry the rest of the sentence correctly, damn, I might gotta write that down. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of spitting right there. But you could acknowledge the fact that you're tired or that you stressed out or that you got a lot of stuff going on, but the way you end the sentence is more important than the start of that sentence, and that's gonna make you or break you most of your days. Like,
There's a book Best gave me. It was with Dave one of the Davis daughters, one of the CrossFit girls, and I watched a video about it too. So the athletes were supposed to be getting on a plane to go to the next event site or something like that. And the plane got delayed. Plane got delayed for like a day or two. And so it was I think it was a day or two, one of those. But the athletes ended up having to sleep in the airport because they couldn't go anywhere, you know, testing and do this, that, and the third. They wanted everybody to stay like together. And so, you know, all the other CrossFit athletes are complaining about, you know, the fact that things should have been together and the hotels and whatever the case may be, the flights, it shouldn't have been like this. And Katrin is just like, yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I never slept on a an airport floor before, you know, but the training, the competition has been difficult. So being able to lay down and finally get some rest, you know, I'm really looking forward to that. And that when she said that, it kind of just, and she won, by the way. She's won multiple times, but she won that one in particular. When she said that, you could tell like she was just literally in a completely different realm
It's just a
of
it's just a different perspective, boy.
she's in
It's
a completely different
yeah,
world
like
than
the
everybody else
perspective,
is.
yeah, like like the fact
And
that she's
and she does that everywhere. Like that's not just a like that's how she thinks, period.
like
And
it's
so
just a
what
like it was very gratuitous, like how she went about it, like because
she
anybody else
she,
could have
she
chose to complain, like
yeah, like like when
this
she
some
said it,
bullshit, like we in these conditions and I'm supposed to be going to, like she could have been that,
she could have
and she was just
she could
like
have easily did that and it would have been justified too.
yeah, and
But
it's
she was
like
like,
it's all,
nah,
and I feel
I'm
like that's where I feel like who like the placement of energy,
get out of
that's
here.
probably
Don't be scooting on here. Get out of here.
that's probably shout out Hondo. That's
No,
that's probably why she won. And I'm curious to know like what type of like did she win in
the
dramatic
book
fashion? Did she just
it's a book. I think it's over there. I can't remember the
it's
name of
just
it.
crazy though because like that's the type of and I'm about to cook, man. This whole thought is just cooking me. Like think
Hey,
about
bro,
how like
if you about first of all, if you about to cook, don't say it. Just
no like I'm saying like I meant to say I'm
don't.
getting cooked. I didn't mean to say I'm about to cook because like I don't know
Why
if
are you getting cooked?
because like I be having connections to what we talking about while we talking about it, and it's like I just made sense of something else again. Like imagine Marcus, imagine you in that situation, and imagine like you and the kids and you and the wife go somewhere and you competing, and they all come with you, and y'all get into the same situation like that, and you instead of being like, man, this
I'm gonna
some bullshit
I'm gonna
like this.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I wasn't built like that.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine
I'm
this is the
look
reason why this shit's so important, bro. Because
when we went to
imagine having a family and you standing there and they like, damn, we got the lead. Dad supposed to compete, and your wife like, yeah, he supposed to compete. I know this shit not good for him, and you turn around and say, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just grateful that we about to be in a better situation, so like I could lay down and just chill. They gonna be like, yo, this nigga real as shit. They gonna be like, yo, this nigga,
listen
yo, what? Like, I know
listen
that, and that's why I
on the
aim
way,
to, bro.
listen
That shit crazy,
on the
bro.
way to Memphis
Bruh.
flight got delayed. Me and Jess was in the airport for I think it was Memphis. Me and Jess was in the airport for like 6 hours. The layover, like I had to get on one plane and then I had to get on another. Between the flights was like 6 hours. I ain't got no food. Airport expensive.
Airport
We got
expensive.
airport expensive. Got all this stuff. Not eating how I'm supposed to. I was freaking out. But looking back now, even like Jeff said, like you in the moment and realizing like
You real, bro,
there's
and that's
and also there be times and like Jeff will remind me about this too. And we always use Guillaume for an example. Like you have to just be like you got to be so present that you just understanding what's going on and you don't take it personal.
and you just
Like
don't take it personal,
you
man.
understand like what's happening is just kind of not happening to you. It's just happening around you. It's not a personal thing. And that is the sole reason why Guillaume
Damn.
is as strong. That's the exact reason why Guillaume is as strong as he is because he just understood that they ain't really know. And when you start understanding like people don't really know, but you know, you can act the way you're supposed to act.
Bro.
You could act right and just kind of keep it pushing and don't be like held down so much.
Like prime example, man. Most people get into situations with you, and it's like I be talking to niggas, I be talking to people nowadays, and it's like they be complaining, and they have no clue that yo, it could be way worse. Nigga, we could be living without God. I could be damned forever. I'm straight. I say that, yo, no lie. My fault. I crashed. My fault. I did crash. My bad. My bad.
Yo,
But that's really how I be coming. I'll be like, bro, we could be damned forever. Like they be like, yo, I missed the bus for work. I'm like, no lie, bro. Jesus ain't missed the cross, bro. Like, yo, straight up, Mark, I can't lie to you, bro. I done it a couple times. Like, people be walking up to me complaining, and I'm like, yo, I can be in damnation permanently, bro. I know that's a crazy place to go. People will look at me like, yo, that's a wild place to go, Jeff. I get it. I get
Me,
it.
I'll go. I'll take it there.
I be going there sometimes, bro. You like, and cause
That's
when
good.
you think about it, things really be important to you right then and there. Like you be like lifting be important, and you be like, yo, ain't nothing going right, and I be like, yo, I could be burning in hell. Like I could be living without salvation. Like, bro, up to this point, bro, I've been living without God. I know I know we gonna look back, bro, and this gonna sound crazy, bro. But that's really how I be thinking. I be like, yo, this situation, bro, like the old me would have choked somebody out. But like, yo, God love is forever. Like, yo, but seriously, I was listening to Pastor Philip Mitchell yesterday, and he said, yo, if we all had an idea of what hell really looked like, and you knew what it was going to feel like to be separated from Jesus for eternity, you would pray and you would live your life a lot different. Yo, I ain't never heard a more factual statement, gang. Like, and I know you laughing because you know the old me and you know the new me. That blood washed your boy. I know you can see it, and this is real talk. Like, I would not play with this, but that's really how I be thinking. I be at work, bro. Like, gosh, bro. Like, we gotta deal with this again.
Mind,
I'm
mind
like,
you, mind you, guys. Jeff lives in Philly. It's not
bro.
like I be seeing him. Like it's not like I be. It's not like when I communicate with him. Like it's like we at places.
Yeah,
And so
nah,
accountability level is just high. Like
no.
there's two things I be hearing Jeff say in my ear. Pause. That sound crazy. Is because Jeff always be like, bro, I gotta eat, bro. He always worried about his next meals. That's not one of my strongest suits. But when I
Bro,
don't feel like it, I listen to. I hear Jeff be like, my next man,
I
my
gotta
next
eat,
meal
bro.
finna. I
Yes,
gotta
bro.
eat,
I gotta
bro.
eat, bro. I gotta
And I
find
and I
something
and I
all the
and I
time,
do
bro.
that.
All the
I do
time.
that. And also, like even the other night, like I got in bed and just like you can't. You're above 200 pounds. You can't only eat twice in a day. And I got so frustrated. But at the
And
same time, I just shut up because she's right. And it was like 10 or something like that. She was like,
you
you
said
need to go
something.
eat
You
some.
said
Hold
something.
up. She said you
Hold
need
on.
to
What
go
did you
eat some.
say? What did you
I
say
said,
the other day? You said something along. You said if it tests my pride, I need to do it.
yeah.
Boy, that was a
If it make
bar.
me feel and my super shout out to Miss Hermine from college. We was talking on the phone the other day. She was like she named three things. I think she said pride, greed, and something else. She was like, if it challenges, those are the things that we could see, we could physically see, especially since we're in fitness. You can physically see those things manifest.
Hmm.
And she said, whenever you see that happens, you need to check it because it's going to start. It's just going to steer you off into the right direction. I mean, to the wrong. It's going to steer you into the wrong direction. But I was pissed, but I got up and I was just like, I just need to do this. I don't want to do it, but
I need to
that's
do this, bro.
I need to do this. And when you can get used to just shutting up in those complaining moments. I'm still getting better at shutting up and not complaining in my own personal life. I'm still working on that. I'm self-aware. I know I don't be, you know what I'm saying? I love a good complaining because I feel like if I leave it in, I'm gonna get high blood pressure and I'm gonna start having nosebleeds and I'm gonna be, you feel me? So that's one of those things I'm gonna keep working on it.
Yo, bro.
I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep push I'm gonna keep pushing the limits. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep working at it. That's something I still gotta work on. But it happens. Like maybe I'm not like I said before. Maybe I'm not changing it immediately. But when I do it, I can notice it now.
Yeah,
And now it's like I can be more cognizant. It's like all right, maybe this is a bit too much. You gotta chill out, bro. Or you gotta learn. You gotta um.
yeah,
But what the point of that was. Oh, we were talking about doing things that we don't want to do.
yeah.
Yeah, man. If like he said, if it challenges your pride, you need to do it. I know for the longest, I don't be training arms because it was like I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna train arms only. I have to do these things. But as an athlete and you looking at your weaknesses, especially if you got long arms, training your arms is like one of the best things you can do to instantly grow your bench just because you're bigger. You don't have to add more weight to the bar. You got to add more weight to your frame or and more density to your frame. And since I've been doing that, I ain't gonna lie. That's one of those things where I'm like, man, I probably should have been doing this I should have been doing this a long time ago. But you
bro.
gotta you gotta have the self awareness. Two, you gotta pay attention to what you complaining about because that's probably the answer. Because I'll tell you right now, everything that I've complained about is for me to get better. I just be now I just be doing it, and I sometimes I'll sit and I'll try to think back to something that I've complained about, and I'll be like, I hate that. Let me get started.
So I be like with the split squats. First started, bro. I split squatted. I think back
Yeah,
in
but
like
you was doing it with SSB though.
I was doing it with SSB, but the one that
Uh,
really cooked me, I did like a front foot elevated split squat, and I was so bad at it that I couldn't even low weight the first time. My body, it just wasn't connecting with me. Like I don't know what it was. Bulgarians was something I've like done multiple times before. The few times I've done it before, I didn't like it, and I think it was because my setup and everything going into it, like it just wasn't good, and I was trying to do too much at one time. When
yeah,
I did the Hatfield Bulgarian, that was a really good one. I just felt like more balance. I probably should have did it with more heel reference, which is what I know now. Like I shouldn't have done it in squat shoes. I should have done it in flats, and it would have been really good for me. But we know better moving forward. But nowadays, I remember when I first started doing the front foot elevated split squat, and I was so bad the first day that like I just couldn't load weight, so I didn't. And somebody walked up to me like, yo, why are you not loading that with weights? And it even shocked me because, bro, at that point, I done squatted 705, I think, multiple times. And, bro, my body was not functioning well enough for me to do this front foot elevated split squat comfortably.
which
I'll
is
lie to you
crazy to
not.
think about.
Yeah, bro, the first time, and this was another stat that was crazy. I squatted 705 before I leg pressed 4 plates. That was one of those ones I'm like, what's going on? Like, I loaded 4 plates on the leg press. It was not there. I'm like, bro, this ain't that. I'm no lie. I'm like, this ain't that. Like,
Bro
I,
said this heavy.
bro, I was in there like, I was able to do it for the reps, but I was looking at myself. I'm like, that did not feel like 4 plates.
Yo, the same thing happened. I don't know if it was because I was fatigued or what, but I did incline close grip with the Kabuki bar,
Oh
the
yeah,
Cadillac bar,
yeah.
and I used the innermost grip. I'm warming up. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Ah,
That shit
ha,
beat
ha.
your ass. I already
Bro,
know.
I put on 225 and I did it once. I said, that's very heavy. Now,
That's
mind you,
that's heavy. No
I was like,
facts.
either I'm fatigued or this joint was heavy. And so I was like, all right, let me back down. So I went to like 155 and I was doing sets of 8. I was like, I'm weak. I was
Yo,
like,
no, for real. Like, I gotta get, bro. I bench press 402
it's
multiple times, bro. I put 225 on the incline the first time, like in a long time. I was like, okay.
you hit 365 though now though, right?
On incline, I haven't gone for any singles yet, bro. The
What's
best
your
day I've had so far is I've done
315
two
for
sets of
3?
three. I'm about to say I did 2x3s at I did a 2x3 at 315. And mind you,
But you
I'm
see,
like, yeah,
did
you
y'all hear this? He said he put on uh what you put on incline?
the first time I put on 225 and
He
I
put
thought
on
I was going to
225
check.
for incline and he thought he was like, but immediately he was like, all right, I'm not good at this. Not only do I have to get stronger, but I have to change my mindset around this so that I can
Yeah.
continue to keep doing it. And now like he's getting in them upper threes, lower threes, upper twos on incline bench, and it's going to have a transfer over. It's not like people don't understand that you can use multiple things to get stronger. Josh Bryant, shout out Josh Bryant. If you ever see this for any reason, he always say be a whore for results. He doesn't care how he gets the results. He's just gonna go and get them. He's gonna take whatever technique or whatever style, and he's gonna figure out how to bring it into the system so that it works for whoever he's working for. And
Bro,
if you only bench 225 on incline, I need you to. I don't care who you are, male or female. Yeah, I said it. I don't care who you are. If you only bench 225 on incline, or you're a woman and you only bench 135 on incline, get it up. Get it
bro.
up.
And I remember
Get
so
it up.
vividly because
Close grip. Get it up.
one day I decided to
Get
go
it
and see
up.
like I decided to go one day and try to hit 315 on incline. and I was heavier at this point. I was still like 260. And bro, that joint touched my chest, like that joint touched the top of my pecs, and I got it off like a quarter of the way. And I don't know if y'all watch
Collapse.
Simpsons. I don't know if y'all watch Simpsons and y'all seen that little kid, the little yellow boy, and he like, I'm in danger, bro. I knew the very moment I started fighting, I said, oh, I'm in danger. Mind you, I don't think I got a spot. I'm grateful because I'm pretty sure somebody ran over and helped me. But realistically speaking, I got from under there. I'm like, oh, I have work to do. Like, I genuinely have some work to do. Now,
When
mind
you
you,
can wait, hold on. When you can have when something is difficult or hard, and you can start transforming your mind to like, oh yeah, I just got some work to do. Oh yeah, I just got some work to do. You don't even talk about it the same no more. And that's what we're trying to get y'all to understand. If
yeah,
you want to improve and you really want to get better, you want to be a dog, you have to literally revolve your brain the other way. So that when it's time to do what you don't want to do, you can go and do it and be like, yeah, I'm finna
listen,
like you.
because listen, man, I'm not going to lie to you. Let's talk about the trajectory of the split squat. So, back then, front foot elevated split squats, bro, no lie, I don't think I used weights while I trained that accessory back then. Like when I first found out how bad I was, I don't think I loaded weights. If I did load a weight, I don't think it was heavier than like a 20-pound dumbbell. No lie. Like
Mhm.
I can't even sit here and cap. The other day, what was that? Thursday? Thursday I was doing like 60-pound dumbbells and I think I did 5 sets of 10. That's the goal. Like the goal is to get the volume up, make sure I'm feeling everything that I use and just be really good at the skill because the day after I went to the gym to squat, I did a pause squat, and I felt like I could like all this week. The fatigue has been there, yes, but I've definitely felt like if I wanted to load 600 plus on squats or 700 plus on a deadlift, I knew that I could, even being in the
Right.
recovery week. And that's a very nice feeling. Like, granted, I'm not going to do it because I understand what this week is for. Be intentional, get the recovery in how you need to. But at the same time, it's like, like even on your worst day you can still put this up. It's very motivating for like what's to come. Mind you, I don't
Mhm.
let that motivation overtake the discipline of the actions that I need to uptake so I can get where I want to get to. But it's still important to be able to recognize that. Like he said though, being able to recognize that is similar to the skill set of being able to go into something that you probably suck at and you be like, yeah, I need to be better at this, like 100%. Like I need to
Can
I need to
you
work on this.
imagine? Can you imagine how you'll feel? That's what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to imagine how you feel once you improve at it. Once you stick it out and you stay there and you just be like, all right, well, you know, freak it. This.
Yeah,
I'm just do it. Imagine 2 3 months. How you gonna feel after just being consistent with yourself, having the
like
right attitude, having the right mindset, not saying things that are going to sow discord within your own self and make you be like, oh man, I don't know. Like you completely change your whole outlook, and watch what happens. Watch how you start acting and how your body starts to change.
bro, like everything, like yeah, I might be thrown off now. Like y'all might look at me and be like, "Yo, Jeff Wildin, I'll never not split squat again." And I probably never do under 4 sets again because considering what I know now, my leverages and how my body is built, it's probably going to be one of, if
Way more
not
better.
the most important. It's going to be the most important thing in my powerlifting stint in terms of
Yeah.
lower body lifts. Like I can feel it. Like literally, once I started being able to load a weight for a split squat, and my lower back started to feel how it was supposed to, it genuinely felt like along with the work that I've done away from the barbell, it felt like my pelvis and my sacrum were literally just working to feel better each time I did it because I
Hmm.
got done deadlifting. I had a slight lower back pump. I did the split squats after the first 2 sets. The back pump was gone. My legs were on fire and my butt was on fire. Like, and I'm like, that's how I knew. I'm like, number one, I'm better at the skill because I started feeling it at the lower weights, and then I basically ascended into something heavier. And then I was like, bro, my lower back and like the relief. I'm like, this is it. And then I was reading an article right before that, listening to somebody talk about it, and then I read something where it was like stronger legs, your lower back is just in better condition for the rest of your life. Like the stronger your legs, the better you'll be. Like your legs, the musculature on your legs having a proper gait is going to allow you to just put most of the workload that would be on your joints on your muscles. So having bigger, thicker legs is just better for your health in general.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had an hour and 45. This was a I'm not gonna lie, this was a hell of an episode. I'm not even mad that we close to 2 hours. This was an amazing episode, if I had to say so
if y'all
myself.
if y'all if y'all don't mind, we'll go that long. But for now, we kind of just gonna try to keep it. I mean, y'all ain't doing nothing. You probably washing dishes or folding clothes
No
or
effects, and I ain't going
making some
cap. Like
crusty programs.
we in
You'll
here
be fine.
working, and like I'm about to. This I made it a little bit better this time around. Like I basically was able to put it in a format where like I don't even have to do too much. So this will be uploaded like in the next hour after we get done. No cap. Like literally, I found a system, I found a structure. So you know what I'm saying, found that structure. So
Aha!
these episodes are going to be getting up and they're going to be getting out fast. Like I'm going
Yep.
to every time we record, the fact that we done found a system, found a structure, we just going to get topics, and there might be a time where we ask y'all for some topics just to make it fun. And
Yep.
mind you, the topics don't gotta be about training, but we going we gonna try to keep it
Well,
productive.
yeah.
Like we'll
Um.
filter the topics. Don't ask us about no
Yeah.
bullshit. Like
Yeah.
don't ask us about no stripper hoes. You know what I'm saying? We trying to be anointed with the oil. We not we understand what life could entail. We trying to get away from the fact. We trying to get away from those things. So be sure to follow Marcus on Instagram at musclemanmarcus. Post a lot of training, post a lot of just good things in terms of just mindset. If you like fashion, there's also that. You feel me? Make sure to follow me. I'm Dewey, Dueeyy, on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to Blow Boys Podcast. Me and Mark also have our respective YouTube channels. Is your name just Muscle Man Marcus on YouTube?
Yeah.
And then my channel, I believe, is just under Jeff Copeland. I don't think it's under Dewey. I think it's just under Jeff Copeland. Considering the times that we have, there's a chance that we'll make YouTube content in relation to our training and everything and our methodologies as well. You might get more of that there. But overall, man, thank you guys for tapping in if you made it this far. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Keep God first and keep God at the center. Excuse me. We'll holla at y'all next time.